Are you looking at the last few days in Google Ads and seeing a concerning drop in conversions? Or maybe you're comparing Google Ads conversions to Shopify or Google Analytics 4 conversions and seeing that the numbers never seem to match up. Maybe you're now worried, wondering what's going on and if you need to change something in the Google Ads account. Well, before you panic and react by making big changes that could backfire, you need to first check 3 hidden columns in Google Ads, and you need to understand a concept called conversion lag. Oftentimes, the lower conversions you see in the most recent few days in Google Ads is a mirage. It's a trick in the data, and when you check the 3 hidden columns I'll teach you here today, you might actually find that the past few days are performing fine and you don't actually need to change anything. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the 3 columns. I'm going to teach you the concept of conversion lag and how that affects your sales. And at the end of it all, you'll have a much better understanding of whether there is a legit issue in your Google Ads or whether the data is just tricking you into believing that. Before we dive in, if you're new here, my name is Daryl, and for over 10 years, I have run a Google Ads agency called Big Fair. On this channel, I share Google Ads growth strategies that you can use to grow your business. All right, with that said, let's dive into how to find the 3 hidden columns. So the columns in question are the by conversion time conversion columns. Your default conversion columns can be misleading when you look at very recent data. The by conversion time columns will give you a clearer picture. So let's dive into how to find these columns, then I'll explain how they work. Go into your Google Ads account and click Columns, Modify Columns. Under all columns, open up the conversion section and then tick these columns here. Conversions by conversion time, and then also conversion value by conversion time if you're an e-commerce advertiser. Now click here to create a custom column. If you're e-commerce, you're going to want to create a ROAS by conversion time column. And if you're lead gen, then you want to create a CPA by conversion time column. Okay, so let's do this for ROAS first. Name your column ROAS by conversion time. In the formula area over here, type in by time. Add conversion value by conversion time, then divide and then select cost. If you're lead gen and using CPA more than ROAS, then for the formula what you would do is conversions by conversion time and then divide and then cost. All right, let me change this back to ROAS formula quickly. Okay, and when you're done here, save that column, and now you have a custom ROAS by conversion time column to complement the other 2 columns we added. I like to order my columns so that my by time columns are right next to the standard conversion columns like this. Right, now compare the by time columns to your normal conversions columns for recent days, for example, like the past 3 days. The by time conversion columns are likely to be showing higher numbers. For example, look at this difference right here. You can see my by time conversion value is actually quite a bit higher than my normal conversion value. If you have been looking at recent days in Google Ads and fretting over your conversions and revenue being lower than normal, then check these by time columns. These columns are also the ones that are more likely to match more closely to what Google Analytics 4 or Shopify or whatever other platform you're using says about what conversions you're getting. A lot of the time, and especially for higher priced, high consideration products, the normal conversion columns massively underreport when looking at recent days. And if you want to get a clearer picture of performance, you have to check the by time conversion columns. So let me explain the meaning of these columns, and in order to do that, I have to explain an important concept. The difference between the 2 sets of columns comes down to a concept called conversion lag. Let me explain what that means. Let's imagine a customer journey that looks like this. The user sees the ad on Monday, they click the ad, but they do not buy. The next day, on Tuesday, they come back to the site, maybe by going direct to the site or by clicking on some other marketing channel like your brand organic listing in Google. On Tuesday, they convert on your site. Maybe they buy something. All right, in this scenario, if you look at the reports in Shopify or your website platform, or you look in Google Analytics or whatever analytics you're using, most of the other platforms outside of Google Ads, they are going to say that this conversion happened on Tuesday. This is the common sense way of looking at it. It's what you expect to see. It's how most other platforms report it, but not Google Ads. Google Ads does something a little different. What Google Ads does in this scenario is it dates the sale or conversion back to the day of the most recent ad click. In this case, that's Monday. So in this scenario, you have your Shopify or GA4 or whatever platform telling you the sale happened on Tuesday, But Google Ads would say, nope, there were 0 sales on Tuesday, but there was 1 sale on Monday. This is conversion lag. Most of the time, people think that users click the ad and buy right away in that instant on their site, but that's often not the case. Depending on your product or service, users could take a day, a week, even more between clicking the last ad and then making the purchase or completing the conversion on your website. The default conversion columns in Google Ads show you the conversions dated back to the date of the last ad click. This means that if a lot of users are time lagged in their conversion journey, the default conversion columns in Google Ads might look a lot worse than they actually are. But only when you're viewing the most recent data. The by time columns report the conversion to the time of the actual conversion, exactly how your website or Google Analytics would report it. This is the common sense way of looking at it. So if a lot of users are time lagged in their conversion journey, you will start to see a discrepancy between the normal conversions and the by time conversions in Google Ads. The normal conversions in Google Ads will always show a lower number when looking at very recent data over the past, say, 1 to 2 weeks. Looking at the by time columns can give you a clearer picture of what your conversions actually look like when you're viewing that really recent data. Now, conversion lag has a much bigger impact if you have a high consideration product or service compared to a low consideration one. What I mean by high consideration is that people take longer to decide what they want to buy. This usually correlates pretty well to price. The more expensive a thing is, the longer people take to decide, and the more conversion lag you get. Here's an example of a low consideration product. Okay, so 90% of sales happen on day 1, the same day they click to the last ad, and then 10% of people convert later, up to 1 week later perhaps. This example here is typical of low consideration, cheaper products or services. Most people buy on the same day as the last ad click, and then maybe 10% of people buy up to a week later. An important thing to note, even for cheaper, low consideration products, getting 10% plus conversion lagged sales is typical. In fact, it is very, very rare. In fact, I've actually never seen it happen where you have 100% of conversions happening the same day as the last ad click. There is always some conversion lag. 10% is about the lower end of the spectrum, but it can go much higher, especially if you have a high consideration product. So here's a high consideration product example. This is something much more expensive that takes longer to decide on. I don't know, let's say like a luxury mattress. People don't usually buy a mattress on impulse. They'll spend time comparing brands, reading reviews. Maybe they'll even go to a store to test it in person before they pull the trigger and buy it online. So for a product like this in Google Ads, the conversion lag might look a bit more like this. You might only have 60% of people clicking and buying the same day, but then you might have 40% of people that can take 12 or more days to finally decide and buy. So in this example here, if we were looking at the default conversion columns in Google Ads for the past 1 week, we might be undercounting by as much as 40%. So in cases like this, if you only use the default conversion columns in Google, you'll always feel like your recent performance has been much worse than normal. Now, don't worry, you don't actually have to guess how much conversion lag there is for you. You can actually check exact numbers for your ads, and I highly recommend you do this, because you might be surprised by the numbers. Alright, so let's do this together. In Google Ads, click on Goals, Measurement, Attribution. Make sure to set a nice long date range. This is important because you have to look at lots of data when judging this stuff. Over here under Path Analysis, you'll be able to see how many people buy in one click and how many people click multiple times on multiple ads before they buy. This is useful to know as well, but right now we want to look over here at day analysis. Under day analysis, you'll now see what percentage of people buy the same day as the last ad click, and what percentage of people have some amount of conversion lag. But we want to go into a bit more detail than this, so click here on Path Metrics. Make sure you have the correct conversions selected here under the conversion actions. Now we can see what percentage of conversions comes in on same day, or 1 day delayed, or 2 days delayed, and it goes all the way up to 12 plus days delayed. After 12 days of delay, Google gives us no further information. Someone in here could be 12 days delayed, or they could be 60 days delayed. We won't be able to tell the difference. It's a bit annoying seeing as we often can see quite high percentages here in this 12+ day section. Okay, so there are two main things I use in this report personally. First, I like to look at the light blue bar here under less than 1 day. The light blue bar is revenue, and the first thing I check is what percentage of revenue is here under less than 1 day. So in this case, it's about 70%, so now I know if I am looking at very recent days in the normal conversion value or ROAS columns, I could be missing 30% of my revenue. The next most important thing to check is the number right here at the bottom, the 12+ days section. So in this case, it's 8.4%. So now I know if I'm looking at data, even within the past couple of weeks, I could be missing out on almost 10% of my revenue. So in a case like this, if I want to use my default conversion value column, I would make sure to use a date range that ends at least 12+ days ago. For anything more recent than that, I would look more at the by time numbers. You might be wondering at this stage, why don't we just always use the by time metrics? Why not forget the standard conversion columns if the by time ones show a more accurate picture of recent performance? Well, the standard conversion columns are actually way more useful when making optimization decisions in Google Ads. That's because the standard columns tie the conversions back to the exact time when Google Ads actually did its job, when it caused a conversion. This means that when there's conversion lag, we can more easily tie performance changes back to the optimizations and decisions that actually caused them. The by time metrics are more useful for looking at recent data because they don't have any conversion lag. And they are more useful when trying to compare data to, say, your Shopify or GA4 data or your other platform data, because they date the conversions the same way as those other systems. But the problem is that when conversion lag is present, the by time columns cause a mismatch between the time and day when Google Ads or your optimization decision actually did its job and when the conversion came in. So in short, use standard conversion columns for optimization and decision making because they tell you when Google drove the result. But use by time metrics for recent data and for matching to other systems. Both views are valuable, but they serve different purposes. You just need to know when to use each one. Alright guys, we covered a lot of in-depth stuff here, and I was trying something a little bit different with this video, so let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of in-depth teaching, or if there's something else you'd want me to do videos about next. And if you're an e-commerce advertiser and you're looking for strategies to boost your return on ad spend reliably and quickly, you might want to check out this video right up here, where I dive into exactly that. In that video, I share the exact strategies I used to get a 274% increase in ROAS quickly for one of my clients, so you can just copy what I did.